It's more like dungeoning.
Oh my god, I'm scared. I'm scared. You promise you're not gonna do anything?
I'll just get in and show you.
And this is where you live as well, right?
I live here. You like that, boy? $250 an hour. Everything's underground. We have our own politics, our own press.
Hello, how are you? Do you mind if I film you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for having me, Matt. Nice to meet you officially.
Thank you.
I love this building.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's so nice.
Awesome. It starts here at the front door. Nice hug, nice clothed hug, and I show them the space.
Okay.
The space. It's obviously a working play space, dungeon.
Oh my
gosh. As well. And there's a bathroom. People can shower before and or after. For BDSM, it's also a wet area.
What does that mean? What's a wet area?
People like get peed on and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we do an undressing ritual, where I first start with some eye gazing, which is really hard for a lot of people.
To look
into each other's eyes and just don't need to be anything. You don't need to be anything. Just be here and let's just like breathe. And then I take through some breathing exercises. You know, breathing what you need, letting go of what you don't need.
Wow.
And we start with that, and then I ask them if they want to be undressed. And
you do have really good eye contact. Like for the moment, yeah, it's very penetrating and
okay.
Yeah.
And then we do that, and then I undress us both, and and every article of clothing I take off of my client, I take off the same. I start in a jock strap just to get, I have a jock under this and just keep it something more to be revealed.
This has been so fun.
Okay.
I feel like it's been so informative already. I just it's a whole new world I know nothing about.
Yeah.
I'm curious about when you decided you wanted to get into
Sex work.
Yeah.
I worked at City Hall for 23 years. Before that, I had a massage ad in Frontiers. I was like softcore prostitute. You got these tiny little ads that said very little, and people came over and you would give them a massage. A lot of people just give a massage and jerking people off. And then sometimes we would do four-handed massage, me and my then boyfriend. We were doing a massage for this one guy. And of course, this is the early 90s, so age is still like a big deal. I think that is relevant to the story because he says like, how much would it cost for me to pay you guys for me to watch you have sex? I'm like, so you're just gonna pay, we're just gonna have sex and you're gonna pay us? And I'm like thinking, oh God, well I'd probably do like, I don't know, 200 and 300. And John's like, $500. The guy's like, okay. And he puts $500 out. And I'm like, wow. And then I have sex with my boyfriend. And
good deal. Damn.
So I'm like, wow, okay.
What do you prefer, massage or BDSM?
The thing about this transactional way of doing things like on a website or something is that BDSM really requires a lot of trust. And so it's just really hard to establish that without being with somebody and spending actual face-to-face time with them. So I'm getting massage clients that become BDSM clients.
That makes sense, because I was thinking about that. I was like, I would be scared to let someone like handcuff me that I didn't know. Like, that's a very vulnerable state to be in.
Yes.
So I could imagine that like after a massage, they start to trust you and they can feel like, okay, like he's not gonna like do anything that I don't feel comfortable with.
Yeah. What a lot of guys notice too is like, it's not about the orgasm. The orgasm is kind of secondary, or very often I'd say for 20% of my clients don't ejaculate.
Really?
Yeah. They do have a euphoric like
orgasm, but it's
orgasmic experience.
Do you have guys that like fall in love with you because they feel like there's like closeness to you? It's like a very sensual experience.
I suspect that a little bit, and sometimes that is a little difficult, especially for some of my escort clients. It's just, well, you know, that's $250 an hour.
Right.
Is how that's when we have that connection.
And this is where you live as well, right?
I live here. Yeah, I own this place. It's a condo.
Do you ever feel like you don't? Because I've talked to other people in my series that have a place for business and have a place to live because they don't want people knowing where they live.
Yeah, and I can understand that. At the same time, I really do believe in energetically. I listen to my intuition and I listen to other people's, what they say. People tell you who they are. and I listen to that. And some people, I tell people, this doesn't sound like a fit, and I don't take that client.
Where did you grow up?
I was born in Nebraska. I grew up in Wyoming and Idaho. I started having sex in Idaho when I was 14 at the local bowling alley. Had a glory hole, and I was on the junior bowling league. Back then, they never painted over any graffiti in there, so there was like all kinds of instructions on like, tap foot for blowjob, show hard for blowjob, just a lot of stuff about gay sex. That, because we didn't have the internet or anything. So, I wanted the sex. I was a very horny teenager. Everybody matures differently. Some people are ready for sex when they're 14, like I was, and some people aren't ready when they're 28. One of my favorite things to do is transformative experiences is flogging. And this is a flogger. And they're made out of different leathers, so they have different consistencies. So you feel that. And
oh wow, it's nice.
It doesn't feel
it's
mean
No, it's like a plush leather.
Yeah.
And that's for
giant thud.
Spanking.
So that happens here on the cross.
Do you stand like this?
Mm-hmm. And put you up there.
Oh my god. Yes, lightly do it.
Okay, well I just let me put this on you here.
Oh my god, I'm
put
scared.
Your hand in here. Just
okay.
That's okay. Just oh yeah, I can feel it. You're
I'm nervous.
Yeah, we're not gonna do anything, and then
I'm scared. You promise you're not gonna do anything?
I'm not gonna do anything. My objective is to have you love it and want to do it as much as possible.
Okay.
Just hold on to the leather part.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna do this through your shirt just a little bit, just so you can just feel it.
Okay.
So it's just.
Oh yeah.
You can just feel like a nice massage.
It does.
You have a safe word, which is red. If you ever said red, everything would stop.
Okay.
Everything would stop. We'd talk down and ask you what's going on. We stop using protocol words, like if it were a scene, you would be addressing me as sir.
Yes.
And those things. And all that would drop. What happens there is the energy that's happening here.
Uh-huh.
And when it gets more, okay, ready for a little stronger?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That's what that's done now is your body's responding to that. It's pumping endorphins into your system, which is like morphine, and you're literally getting high.
Being gay in the 80s and stuff with the AIDS epidemic and everything going on, did that affect you in any way?
Yeah. So in 1985, I moved to San Diego, California to become a ballet dancer, which was amazing. And all of a sudden I was in the big city. I had a boyfriend and he says, we should get tested. I just remember it being so clinical. White cinder block room, there's just a desk and a chair and this dude behind the counter. And what I remember him saying is, I don't care if you have sex with animals. That's the warmest it got. I'm like, sheep? Why is he telling me he doesn't care if I have sex with sheep? I don't. It's very, very short. It's like, you've got HIV. Most people are dying in 18 months to 2 years. Some people are not. We don't know why. There's no treatment. Have a nice day. I was 24 and everybody told me I would be dead in 18 months to 2 years.
How did you take that news?
At first I was just like in denial. I mean, I couldn't have been had a professional dancer's lifestyle. I was like super healthy and super strong. It was just devastating, but I'd met some people with AIDS by then and it was freaking scary. And it was like the real deal.
What did you do when you left that building that day? Like, where did you go? What did you do?
I leaned into protocol. I leaned into the ritual that was available to me, and I went and took a ballet class I wasn't signed up for.
This was the day you found out.
The day of, yeah. There was nothing to do. There's zero treatment. There was nothing. There wasn't even poisonous AZT to take yet. It was just nothing, and I just decided to ignore it. My best friend died of AIDS.
Oh my gosh.
I gave his eulogy when I was 24. My boyfriend died, organized his funeral.
Was it scary going through these experiences knowing that you could very well be in that position soon?
Absolutely. I have such a vivid memory of being in the hospital, just visiting him, and he's just getting worse. It's just getting worse and worse. And I was going down the escalator and it had like that reflection and I saw myself and I'm like, you're gonna die soon. You're gonna be dead. You're gonna be him any minute now. And then I went back to Revolver and kept bartending. Wow. In my little cute shorts and my shirt off. And Yeah, that was life. There's a lot of fancy paddles up here. I love this one's my favorite one. It's a wood paddle, friend made.
Oh, wow. Ooh. That one hurts.
That one hurts.
That one's tough. So BDSM, it's a lot of just different paddles and floggers.
Well, it's a whole bunch of things. What it is, it's sensation. It's playing with sensation to create a physiological and mental change. But it can be done lots of ways. I'm like the Harry Potter in the wizarding world. And it's so much like that. Everything's underground. We have our own politics, our own press, our own, all that stuff.
Fascinating.
So, I don't know how it would be now, but that was 2007. But even like when I went back after 9 years after being IML, it was like hard to get through the lobby of the hotel and stuff without people wanting to talk and chat.
So when a client comes over, are they in charge of what they want you to use? Like, I want to use the mask, I want to use this.
We do like a lot of talking first, a lot of talking. And that's what I'm struggling with right now as a professional is, am I actually setting up a scene or somebody just jerking off on the other end? It's like, oh, then I want this to happen. Then I want this to happen. Then I want this to happen. And then they never book.
Oh. Wait, you mean like through messaging? They just tell, so there's a lot of back and forth.
Calls, yeah.
And then they don't actually ever come through.
Yeah. Spend hours doing that. Yeah.
But you don't charge for the phone call? You don't charge for those conversations?
No. So I'm finessing that to to figure out when it's time to say, okay, we're done talking about this and now we can meet and have a session.
How many clients do you have a day?
I would only do one BDSM scene during a day. That's where it's more because all that work beforehand to make sure we're on sync with what you want.
Yes.
And all that. And then it's just intense and it's a lot more creative.
This is the BDSM setup.
So this is the BDSM setup. So it's more like dungeoning. So it's all the same stuff. I mean, except for we have a sling here. The sling works, your butt hangs off of here. I'll just get in it to show you. So, and it's got a little pillow for comfort. And then I've been in it with my clothes on. My responsibility is to hold space and to listen and to take them on a journey. And their responsibility is to always tell the truth, to use the address me as sir. And anytime I give them a command or something, or tell them to do something, they say sir. That way I know they've heard me. And then they say, yes, sir, I don't understand, sir, no, sir. So it's sir, yes, sir, is usually most of it.
Sir.
Yes. But they don't ever, and then I say, and what's the first most important thing is to always tell the truth. It's like, did you like that boy? Sir, no, sir.
Sir, no, sir.
Yeah. And that's how consent can be sexy.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you start, do you like this? Do you like, what about this? What about that? And like, oh no, I don't like, oh, I love that. And it's like, oh, okay, great.
This has been so beautiful, and thank you for inviting me into your world and into your space, because I feel like what I want to take from this is a little more vocalization of what I want sexually, and just, I don't know, being not ashamed to talk about it. Not that I'm ashamed of talking about it, but just shy of talking about it. I also really think like the talking about what you like and what you don't like, it's making consent sexy. Like those are things I really want to take into my life. So I appreciate you sharing your knowledge, because I learned a lot.
Don't yuck other people's yum.
Thank you so much. This has been so great, and I will link anything you want me to link in the description, your books and stuff. So if you guys are interested, take a look. Okay. And thank you very much.
Well, thanks for taking all this time with me. I really appreciate it.
It was so fun. It was really fun. Thank you.